In this installation video, we'll be covering the installation of decking tiles onto new and existing subframes. To do this, I'm with the help of a professional. No, I said Alex, as in Alex the carpenter. Who are you?
I'm Alexis.
Well, what do you know about decking?
Nothing.
Great. Well, you're all I've got, Alexis, so should we do some demonstration video?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we start with the installation of the decking tiles onto a new subframe or an existing subframe, we need to achieve 400mm timber centres. And the reason being is we want to not have the need to cut the chassis down. Wherever possible, try to keep them complete. The first timber, the outside timbers, they won't be 400mm centres because the centre, of course, will be here, and we need the chassis tile to sit on the outside for when we trim it up. So the 400mm centre, apart from the outside timber, that's 400mm to the outside timber. So every consecutive timber after that, 400 centres to the outside, and again 400mm centre timber to outside timber. Over to you. When we start with the chassis, we want to start in one corner of an outside edge. On the outside edge, if we can keep it so it's true to the first corner, every consecutive tile will have a position. It's got a locating position for the next one to fit into. You can see these by looking at the top of these chassis here. So each one will then, the two will be on the opposite side on the next chassis, and that'll locate into these little points. Okay, should we fix the first one? Okay, that's good. On to the next. Okay, for demonstration purposes, what we're going to do is we're only going to put a couple of fixings into each of these to save time, otherwise the video will take longer to make. So the second chassis, by means of those locating tags, you can see how it just simply pushes together. So no need to level up or measure up. They will sit in position, and they will keep running square and true to those locating pins. So, continuing from where we started, by means of the outside timbers being 400 to the centre, assuming that this is now the same principle, we're reaching the outside timber, the next one will fit flush to the outside edge. So all outside edges are flush to the tops of these pins. So not flush to the tile, flush to where the locating tags are. And the reason being is because when we trim up and fascia after, the fascia board will sit up against those and give you the same equal distance gap between each of the tiles and the outside facing trim. It doesn't matter which way the chassis go, which way they're fixed. They're the same. They have been designed so that they're a universal fit. That's a good job. So, assuming that the timber frame has all been levelled at this point, all of the chassis now are in place, and will be flush. They're designed to fit flush. There are 8 different fixing points. Traditionally what we'll do is fix the front edge, all the sensors. There's no need to fix all 8 screws into position. After the chassis have been installed, the next job is to put the tile tops on. So a tile top is a top which has been designed to have a clip system, so there's no additional fixing needed to this. These tile tops just simply press and click into place. Alexis will demonstrate. On the orientation of the deck and tile, so just to quickly cover this, the orientation can all go the same way, or we can put a pattern in it, and there are variations of different types of patterns. Some are just linear pattern where it all runs in one direction, or we'll be running in another direction, or we'll run opposite to each other. Another direction would be to have all of them running in one way on the first row, or running on the different orientation on the second row, so on and so on. So in this demonstration, we'll do it the opposite way. One. Are we good?
Yeah.
And that's it. It is as simple as putting down deck and tiles just like this. Very quick, easy process. There are many different ways to finish off the fascia or the front of your installation. We can just quickly demonstrate with just a simple fascia type board, which can be purchased from any roofline centre or DIY outlet, and quite simply it just covers over the top. I'm going to just grab the end of that for me, Alexis. When we install the fascia, what we want to achieve is a 3mm lower point than the top surface. And the reason we do this is for when people are walking across the decking, they're not going to catch the front end and knock it off. The tags which are on the front of the chassis will now set a little gap in between there. So assuming that we're going to nail this in place, we won't, to save time on the demonstration, we sit it 3mm below the top surface. And the gap that you see there will be a pretty uniform gap to the gaps in between the tiles. So decking in a box is really that simple. You get a box of tiles, you pull them out, you fix them in situ, job done. You want a job?
How much to pay it?
Good job. We got that done in one hit.